everyone. So it's Maria, and today we're gonna talk about a very important topic about how to sell yourself, which is as engineering leaders, engineering folks, you sometimes miss. And as a salesperson, I'm happy to share some practices. Not going to be like sales is sales, but how a good salesperson leverages strategic initiatives to solve problems. Hope that you can hear me okay. And let's start. Yeah. So talking about myself, so I'm currently working at AWS and I closed multi-million-dollar deals with multiple companies, working with engineering leaders. I worked at Sentry.io. I'm pretty sure it's a well-known product in the developer world and many other companies. I advise C-level folks like startups, younger startups on how to build sales. And what I want to tell you about is how you, when you come to the interview, when you come to the job search, how you can position yourself as a multi-million-dollar initiative for a potential hiring manager for a company that can hire you. So today we will chat about job hunting. So like why in today's market you don't just apply on LinkedIn and what are the best strategies, how you can succeed with job search, how you can position yourself as a solution, not just come and tell about yourself, and how you can leverage your initiatives within your company to get a promotion, to deliver OKRs. I leveraged many initiatives with C-level, VP level in Fortune 1000 companies, and down to like staff engineers, principal engineers, ICs, and engineering managers. And I see the difference, and I'm gonna tell you about this difference so that you can leverage that and get your OKRs done, get promoted, get noticed. So first of all, let's assume you are a product and you are a startup and I'm your advisor and I'm helping you to launch in the market. So what we start with being a startup and how do we generate sales? How do we build go-to-market motion? We start with building playbook. What is good about you? What's unique about you? And what are going to be the top 10 companies that are going to be the best fit? So I would invite you to sit down and to analyze your experience, your background, and to figure out what are your maybe top 5 qualities, hard skills and soft skills that you can leverage. So it can be some verticals. So for example, you're coming from gaming and you would be a great fit for the gaming company. Or some initiatives you leveraged, digital transformation, moving to microservices, some other initiatives that you can be comfortable with. Some hard skills like languages, frameworks that you're expert. Soft skills, for example, you are good working with product people and the customer, and that's going to be unique capability. So when you have all this aligned and understanding, when you understand that about yourself, you can position yourself. Like you can build all these top unique capabilities into, and I'm looking here because I have my screen. So you can build it and create a blurb about yourself. Like, hey, it's me. I'm from this vertical, knowing this framework, leverage this and this strategic initiatives, skilled on this and this soft skills that help me to achieve this and this results for this company. And then when you have this blurb, you go and hunt. So nowadays, when I have chatted to a couple of CTOs and they open a role, they have about 1,500 CVs. All of them are excellent. Now, when they invite people, it appears that all those people, they're like not competent at all because they build their CVs with ChatGPT. And the way, like, it is a blocker for good relevant candidates to get the job, to get the interview, because they have these BS candidates with ChatGPT. So what you can do in this case, you can go directly to the hiring manager, reach out on LinkedIn, reach out through referrals, build a network to get introduced to this hiring manager. And that's when you need your blurb. So when you reach out on LinkedIn, you tell a blurb like, hey, I noticed you're hiring for this role. I'm going to be the best fit because of this and this relevant experience and this relevant results. Can we have 30 minutes to chat next week. So this will help you in today's market to actually get the interviews. And that happened to me. I applied to a job in a well-known company. I got rejected. I reached out to the VP. So he offered a call. We started talking. He liked me. He started the process. I asked the HR, like, why did you reject me? Because I'm a relevant candidate. And he told me, yeah, but we have lots of candidates and we only accept people from like top 10 companies. And I'm like, but my company is a relevant company. And he's like, yeah, but we haven't updated this list for a while. So your company might not be relevant at that time. So in this case, being proactive, talking directly to people would help you to get noticed to bypass this system. Some examples. Now, again, I'm in sales. I'm reaching out to sales folks. This is less applicable for engineering. It's going to be harder, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't try, especially the higher you go. And if you see the hiring manager is very active on LinkedIn, they post, they like, connect with them, chat with them directly. Don't go through HR. No offense to HR. Just giving you some examples that I gave to QA specialists, like on how you can leverage your blurb. Like, hey, this is me. I'm going to be the best fit for this role because of this and this and this, and my results that I achieved in similar conditions with similar hard skills, with similar initiatives that you're leveraging, and with similar soft skills. And just giving you some examples on how I leveraged like this proactive hunting approach with some of the folks to get interviews and to get hired by my previous company and even by AWS at some point. Yeah, just to notice, I'm not speaking on behalf of an AWS. I'm speaking like on behalf of myself and my experience. But actually, that worked for me very well. And I invite you to follow this. Next, when we come to the interview, and I interviewed lots of candidates, being an advisor in startups, like interviewing people, understanding if they're fit. So people do not sell themselves. And by selling yourself, I don't mean lying about yourself or being sassy. I mean, like, understand what they're trying to achieve and figure out the best skills and why you are the best fit. In order to do that, if you like a job, I advise you to really get ready for the interview. So first of all, I would recommend doing a research, like go understand what the company is about, what they are trying to achieve, what are the earnings call say, like what is the CEO willing to do. Read between the lines, like what's in this particular job post, what they are asking you to get. And then, based on this research, I would suggest to build a blurb which is unique for you for this particular job. For example, there is a job description and they're looking for a person that would communicate with product and potentially with customers because it's like an application that they need to customize for every customer. So in your experience, you should find relevant skills, not just being a native developer and being skilled in Android, but also having some results working with customers or like collaborating with product folks and doing stuff like that. And then when you come to the interview, you start with a discovery. So you have an HR manager or a hiring manager, and you can start asking, hey, I was looking at the job description that you are looking for a person that would talk to the customers. So it means that should be great soft skills, like great communications, ability to understand the requirements, not just my hard skills of being an Android engineer. Is that so? And the HR or hiring manager will give you more details like, hey, yeah, we are looking for a person like that. So should be a great expert in their domain, but also a great person to like communicate with the customers, to understand the requirements, to work and collaborate internally, to push and assess these requirements. And then you share your blurb. Hey, this is exactly me. Because in my previous job, maybe not my last one, but the other one. So I was successfully leading this and this project. communicating with product and the customers that resulted and let's say, I don't know, 50% revenue increase, or like this additional like customer CSAT scores improvement, or like for our team to get additional revenue lines. So like brief, like tell about your initiatives, tell how you have done that before and which results you achieved leveraging the particular initiatives. So in this case, in the HR head and the hiring manager head, it's going to be a check marks about you. Like this is the person, that's who we want to hire. So next thing, what I want to share to you, and it's how you position the initiatives. Because in my experience, in my previous companies, Sentry, Dynatrace, I worked with different types of people. ICs, C-level, in engineering roles, engineering leadership and engineering individual contributors. And there is a huge gap between strategic and tactical. And by talking to a person, you can easily understand if this person is going to be promoted soon. Because the people that get promoted, that get bonuses, they think tactical. Oh, they think strategic, I'm sorry. And what do we mean by strategic? Strategic is that when we work for a company, we understand what is the business trying to achieve. What does our CEO want? What they're trying to achieve? And for that, in sales, we use value pyramid. So when we go and leverage observability initiative for the customer, like error monitoring project, I build this value pyramid. What is the business trying to achieve? What are technology initiatives that we want to meet? And like what are individual initiatives? And that's what you should build. Understand as a business, what do you want to do? For example, you want to increase revenue. You want to go after enterprise customers and grow there. On the technology side, like what's your engineering org trying to do to help like your business to achieve that? So you want to be more resilient. You want to have flexible architecture, you want to have resilient architecture, like certain uptime threshold, reduce critical issues, improve efficiency to empower this economy and scale. This is what your work, engineering org, is trying to achieve. And now, how does your team contribute to that? So, for example, your particular team is helping with microservice migration so that your architecture is more scalable, more resilient, and it has less downtime and it's easier to fix. Or you're writing this particular set of APIs, so like this particular line of codes, and this is not exact about the code that you write, but this is about the common goal that your code is contributing to. And that's what you should keep in mind. And in order to get these goals, to understand these initiatives, you need to listen to your all hands. Read 10K, like read what your business cares about. Talk to your manager in terms of business, like, hey, I have this task, and for this particular year, I have this set of tasks. What do you want me to achieve so that I can contribute to our major goals? And then in the end of the year, when we submit our performance reviews, report on our OKRs and our goals, we can also underline this, like, hey, I have done this and this, like I have written this and this microservices to contribute to the overall goal of like getting resilient architecture and help the business to do this and this. So when you report on the job done and when you're doing a job, it's very good to understand why are you doing that, what values is it bringing to the company, and report on those values and metrics. And I'm gonna quickly to go through one of the examples, how we leveraged error monitoring project with a Fortune 10 company, large company. So they had a monolithic application. And when we started exploring the project, they were like, and I was asking them, hey, like why do you need that? And they were telling me, yeah, we just want to fix issues we have an application written in this language, so it's hard to debug, so we want to fix issues. And I was diving deeper to ask, but why? Why does your technical work, why does your CTO needs that? Like, what's the goals? Why is he willing to pay money? And we were sitting and diving, and they told me, hey, we need that because the company is going after enterprise expansion. They want to reduce severity one issues because every critical issue, it's a lot of money lost. It's potential like reputation harm. So customers can churn, so it's not good. Okay, so how do you currently do that? So currently we are reactive. We learn about issues from our customers, and it takes us a lot of time to debug. This is how we're going to implement the solution, and let's monitor what's going to happen in the end. So we deploy the solution, and in the end, we presented a document. So instead of, monitoring errors, we wrote, hey, we are working on this initiative about reducing severity one issues. We are like executing on our strategic initiatives on going after enterprise and boost engineering efficiency. Before that, it took us about, I think, 20 staff hours to fix every issue, and we learned about issues from the customers. After implementing the project, it takes us 30 minutes to resolve the issue, and we know about the issue before it affects our customers. This is how we help the customers we help the company, the technical org, to meet our engineering initiatives, strategic initiatives, and this is the value that we delivered. And then given technical descriptions, which is the case we deployed, how we instrumented them, which applications we covered, and all the technicalities. But we started by describing the value, by presenting the value and how we helped the company to reach its strategic goals. And this document, these outcomes presented in the right sales manner, attached to the strategic goals and company pains, this is something the person can leverage for promotion to get from engineering manager to senior engineering manager, or from one level in the role to the next level in the role.